Hello, everybody. My name is Richard C. Wilson, and welcome to the $100 million Rainmaker series. This is a 17-module mini-series on advanced capital raising strategies and secrets. It doesn't matter if you have raised $100 million, $1 billion, or just $1 or $2 million per year. This series is going to share what everybody does who raises more than $100 million in their career or $100 million per year. We know some people raising almost $100 million per month. So we're going to be sharing what I've learned by running my investor club over the last 16 years. We have 4,000 investors in our investor club. We have hosted 190 live events. I have written 13 books. We have met with well over 3,000 ultra-wealthy families in person. Last year, we completed $85 million of transactions that I sourced and structured for just my direct clients, not overall in the whole club. We also, at our annual event last year, had 1,400 people there, 130 speakers on stage. That was at just one of our events. We got to hear from 130 investors and investment professionals. We own some of the largest media platforms in the industry with over 2 million social media followers. We own billionaires.com, familyoffices.com, capitalraising.com, investorclub.com. Furthermore, we've written some of these books here you might recognize: Capital Raising, How to Start a Family Office. Family Office is an ultra-wealthy investment organization for an individual or family. Centimillionaire Strategies, the first book written just for 100 million plus net worth families. The Single Family Office, the first book ever written with the word single family office in the name of it. Wrote this about 8 years ago. And Pitch Decks. But I'm not here to sell you any of these books. Forget about these books right now because you've found something more valuable, which is this mini-series. We're not going to be sharing capital raising ABCs that are going to bore the hell out of you if you've already raised a couple $1 million in your life, or maybe you've been raising $20 million a year. We're going to share things that are going to impact your ability to be effective working with investors, structure your deals smarter, be more efficient, attract investors versus only chasing them, and be ever more sharp on doing this. If you are highly skilled at raising capital and working with investors, you can be compensated as highly, if not more, than a brain surgeon who spent 15 years going to school to then become a brain surgeon, and you don't have to have all the debt coming out of it either. And fortunately, by creating the Family Office Club, which is the name of my investor club 16 years ago, I've created this perpetual learning machine so that I hear from hundreds and hundreds of investors on stage at my own events. I script every discussion panel question. I interview people on my podcast and YouTube channel, which have a couple million downloads, on how they were able to raise 50 million for this or $400 million for that. And through learning all of that, we're getting smarter and smarter every single year. We don't do what you do. We're not competing against you. We run the Family Office Club. And like most ultra-wealthy families, we just focus in two areas. We put our capital into profitable multi-location medical practices and then in short-term rental properties. So we have a portfolio of 100 plus assets in those two areas with over 50 million a year in revenue there. And so we are not competing against you. We'll just share everything openly. There's no reason not to. And you're more likely to want to be a member of the Family Office Club and join as a charter member to be part of this perpetual learning machine, because every year we're getting stronger, our members get stronger, and there's no reason for us to hold back. So every quarter we host a investor summit with 300, 500, sometimes 1,400 people at those events, 70 to 130 speakers on stage. And then we're always doing workshops every quarter as well. So as you go through this mini series, you may find a couple of the modules are very relevant to a few of your team members, to a partner, somebody that needs to hear the message. Feel free to send them the link to that exact module. They might not want to go through all 17 modules. We hope you get so much value out of the first 2 or 3 modules that you do go through all 17 modules over time. Again, you could be listening to this audio only while driving in the car. If you're already listening on our podcast, or if you're on YouTube, you can be playing it that way, or you can be following along visually. We're going to make this valuable whether you're following along visually or not. We work with investors as small as little angel investors that want to put in $25K to $75K per deal, to wealthy investors that put in $100K to $500K per deal, to one of my clients is a billionaire, and we've closed 19 transactions with them and known them for over 12 years and met them in person 50 times. And so You're going to get insights here on a full spectrum of size of deals, of types of companies, on industries, and it's going to be fast moving and equal to if you went out to lunch with somebody and they spoke for 2 hours and they spoke very quickly, nonstop, giving you as much value as they could on what they learned over 16 years about raising capital, getting deals done, investor relations, working with investors. That's what this $100 million Rainmaker series is going to do for you. So I'm excited to have you here on this short journey with us. And I hope that this is just the beginning of our relationship and we get to meet in person and shake hands at one of our Family Office Club events in the future. So please move on now to module number 1, which is going to be on mindset.